Hi, and welcome to my conlang, Kanu Sala. Kanu Sala is an international auxiliary language, or auxlang or IAL. It's meant to be spoken by everyone as a second language, so you can use it to speak with anyone who doesn't share your native language. So instead of having to learn Russian to speak to someone from Russia, or Japanese to speak to someone from Japan, you only need to learn one language to talk to the rest of the world. Because IALs are meant to be easy to learn, I try my best to make sure that my auxlang was as simple as possible in all aspects, while still remaining a functional and expressive language. It isn't completely finished as of me posting this video, but hopefully I will eventually get around to finishing in the future, and when I do, I'll post a link to the finished product in the description, so that anyone can look at and maybe even learn my language if they want to. Although to be quite honest, it's unlikely that my IAL will ever be spoken by anyone. I am well aware of the ever-increasing amount of auxlangs out there, all of which want to become the lingua franca of the entire world, and most of which have much more recognition than my little conlang will likely ever have, which is okay. I made this language primarily for fun, and because I was curious to see what an IAL would look like if made by me. Now let's get on with the video. Phonology. In my auxlang there are only 14 phonemes, 9 consonants, and 5 vowels. The consonants are m, n, p, t, k, s, w, l, y, and the vowels are a, e, I, o, u. There are no consonant clusters, no tones, and no diphthongs, meaning if you see two vowels together, they are meant to be pronounced separately. All of these sounds are very common cross-linguistically and across major languages. Plus, they are all distinct from each other. These sounds are also written exactly as they are in the IPA. For the phonotactics, the syllable structure of Kanu Sala is C-V-N, meaning that all syllables have a vowel and can optionally begin with only one consonant and end with only one of the two nasal sounds, meaning there are a total of only 150 possible syllables. This is to make sure that all the words in Kanu Sala are easily pronounceable by as many people as possible. Grammar. The grammar of Kanu Sala is designed to be simple and logical, with minimal inflection in order to make it easier to learn. Like in Esperanto, Kanu Sala has a list of rules, 15 in total, that govern morphology and syntax. I'm only going to go over the basics of the grammar in this video, but if you want to go over all the rules of the language, I'll put them up on screen now and you can pause the video if you want to have a better look at them. In terms of morphology, I'd say it's mostly analytic with a bit of agglutination. New words can be formed by two main methods. The first is via noun compounding, which is when you combine two or more root words to generate a new word relating to the meaning of its component roots. The main root word always comes at the end. The second method to generate new words is by using a set of derivational affixes, which I'll be putting on screen for you now. These affixes enable new words to be generated using a limited set of root words. This helps to minimize the amount of words that need to be memorized, making my language easier to learn. Also, like Esperanto, another auxlang, each of the root words in Kanu Sala can have a suffix that denotes what word class it is a part of. Noun classes end with the suffix u, all verbs end in e, which also double as the infinitive form like in Spanish, and all descriptors end in a. Descriptors can be both adjectives or adverbs depending on whether or not they come behind a noun or a verb. This word class system makes it easier to identify what role a word plays in a sentence, and also makes it easier to generate new vocabulary simply by changing the suffixes, which altogether adds to the ease of learning. For example, the verb ateti means to see, but it can also become atetu, meaning vision or sight, and ateta, meaning visual or visually. That covers nouns, now on to verbs. Verbs do not inflect for tense, aspect, or mood. They are instead conveyed by helper words. Words such as before, after, and soon are used to indicate when an event took place, aka tense. Other words such as can, must, and should are used to indicate modality. As for aspect, all verbs in Kanu Sala are inherently perfective in their aspect. To communicate imperfective aspect, the helper word kelata can be placed after a verb, which by itself means currently / right now / in the middle of. Now for syntax. In terms of syntax, Kanu Sala is a head initial language with SVO word order. There are only prepositions, no postpositions, and possessed items always come before their owners. Yes/no questions are formed by putting the particle apa in front of a sentence. Finally, we have the lexicon. Root words in Kanu Sala don't have one specific meaning, but represent general but related concepts, which enables you to talk about lots of different things with relatively little vocabulary. Kanu Sala has, or rather will have, a total of 450 root words, which when combined with all the pronouns, particles, adpositions, affixes, and other words, gives a grand total of 550, I guess you could say, morphemes in this language. Although the root words, when combined with the affixes, word clause endings, and noun compounding, can allow for thousands of new words to be produced. I haven't completed the lexicon of my IAL yet, so I can't show you all of the words, but like I said in the beginning, I'll post the full lexicon along with the rest of the language when I am done, which will hopefully be soon. And that's it. That's my Oxlang Kanu Sala in its entirety. Well, sort of. Wow, that ended up being a lot of work for something that probably won't even be spoken. Although, like I said before, I'm a bit okay with that. I just want to see what an IO would look like if it was made by me, and overall I think I can say that I'm happy with what I made. Feel free to leave your thoughts about my IO in the comments below. If you want to know more about it, or if you have any constructive criticism so I can improve, please do leave a comment. I hope you enjoyed this video, and well, have a nice day, I guess.